Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something you do every single day without even thinking about it, talking. Because it turns out there's a whole world of hidden math happening inside your brain every time you have a conversation.
I mean, really think about that. Your friend texts you, "I'll be there soon." What does that mean? 5 minutes? 30? An hour? The word itself is, well, it's pretty useless on its own. And yet you probably have a pretty good idea of what they mean. How? How is that possible?
Well, it's because our everyday language is absolutely packed with words like soon, or tall, or big, or warm. They're all incredibly imprecise. But somehow our conversations don't just fall apart. We get each other, almost perfectly. And that creates a really fascinating puzzle. So let's dive into this puzzle. Your brain is constantly solving for X, and X is the true meaning of some vague word. And the crazy part is, it does this so fast you don't even notice it's happening. This is the big question, the one that linguists and cognitive scientists have been wrestling with for years. If the dictionary definition isn't enough, if these words don't have one single concrete meaning, then where does our understanding actually come from? Well, the answer requires a totally different way of thinking about language itself. It turns out, instead of thinking in fixed, rigid definitions, our brains are constantly thinking in probabilities. Yeah, we're basically making bets all the time on what a word is most likely to mean in any given situation. And this is a huge change from how we're taught to think about words. You know, the old idea is that you look a word up in the dictionary and that's its meaning, period. But this new idea says, no, meaning is much more fluid. It's really a calculation of what's probable. And this whole new way of thinking has a name, of course. It's called Probabilistic Pragmatics. It's basically the theory that we're constantly making these incredibly quick, educated guesses about what a speaker is really trying to say. So here's the cool way to think about it. Your brain is like this super advanced, unbelievably fast calculator, but it's not crunching numbers for your budget. It's crunching the odds on what a word means, right here, right now. And it all happens unconsciously, literally in the blink of an eye. Okay, so this brain calculator idea sounds cool, but how does it actually work? Let's break down the step-by-step process that happens every single time you hear someone say something a little vague. Okay, so it goes something like this. First, you hear the word, let's say soon, again. Instantly, your brain kicks in and analyzes the context. Are you waiting for a pizza to arrive? Or are you waiting for a big project deadline at work? Then it calculates what the speaker probably intends, and finally it settles on the most likely meaning. For a pizza, soon is probably 10 minutes. For that project, it might mean a few days. See? Same word, totally different meanings. And these mental models, they're built on a few really key ideas. They understand that words have gradients, shades of meaning. They also work under the assumption that we're all trying to be rational and efficient when we talk. And this isn't just a metaphor. Scientists actually use powerful frameworks like Bayesian models to map out exactly how our brains might be doing this. And that idea of gradients is so important. It's like this quote says, meaning isn't black and white. Someone isn't just tall or not tall. There's a whole spectrum in between. This probabilistic approach is what lets our brain navigate that entire spectrum. It understands that meaning isn't just a simple on or off switch. All right, but why? Why does our language work this way? I mean, wouldn't it be easier if we were just precise all the time? Well, it turns out this system is actually way, way more efficient. We tend to think of vagueness as a bug, right? A problem we have to work around. But the research points to the complete opposite. Vagueness isn't a bug. It's a feature. It's a tool that makes our conversations run so much more smoothly. Just think about it for a second. Imagine if you had to specify the exact minute and second you were going to arrive somewhere, or the precise height in centimeters of someone you described as tall. Conversations would be slow. They'd be exhausting. Vagueness is a mental shortcut. An approximate meaning is often good enough, and good enough is usually the most rational and efficient way to communicate. So when you put all of these pieces together, it really does reveal something incredible about the human mind. This isn't just some abstract theory for linguists. It's a description of a hidden superpower that every single one of us has. Every day, every hour, without any conscious effort at all, your brain is performing these incredibly complex statistical analyses. It's weighing the context, the speaker's intentions, all of your shared knowledge, just to figure out what someone means. You are, quite literally,
a master statistician of language.
Which kind of leaves us with one final big question. If our brains are running these complex probability models just for a simple chat, what other kinds of hidden math might be guiding our decisions or perceptions and our daily lives completely without us even knowing it?